Ha 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 ha. You want to learn a bit about me, huh? You want to dive into my mind, my engorged gamer brain, and see what makes me tick? Unlock my deepest and darkest personal secrets? Why? I'm like so boring. Well, hello everybody. I asked you about a week ago to give me your deepest and most personal, hard-hitting questions so that we can learn a bit about not each other, but me, I guess, which is kind of a little bit narcissistic to think about it, but you have done so. Over the last week, we got a lot of comments over Twitter, over YouTube, and okay, just those two, but there's been a lot of questions. I'm going to answer them today so we can learn a bit about me so that this can be used in a court case for my eventual lawsuit. But like I said, it was a while ago that I did my last Q&A, and I know there was a ton of new people coming to the channel, so I thought it would be a good idea to kind of showcase who I am as a person and why that should terrify you. So firstly, I'm going to start with my community post that I made, which I don't know a lot of people see them or not, but I got a lot of questions on here, so I didn't really look at these until just now. So I'm eager to see what you guys want to know about me. I hope I'm not going to regret this. Literally the first question, thank you Clumsy. It's how big PP? PP very big. So if the closest gas station is 5 miles and an average human can walk 1 mile per hour, is that true? That's pretty gosh darn slow. Why did it take my dad 18 years to come home? Oh buddy, oh, listen, there's some things that math and physics and science just cannot solve, and is that your father might be looking for something else besides cigarettes at the store. I'm sorry. How long does it take you to edit a video? I mean, this can range a quite large amount. I mean, on the shorter end, possibly like in an hour and a half, I'd say on average for like shorter videos. Typically it takes me like 2 to 3 hours, and bigger projects like bigger collabs that like we record for like an hour or so that I have to go through all of that footage and find the parts that actually are funny and make sense. Those videos can take anywhere from like 4-ish to 5 hours to edit, and of course, probably the longest time that I've taken to edit a video was probably the New York City vlog that I just posted recently. That you should go and watch. If you haven't, you should go do that. I almost choked on my saliva. Please go and watch that before I die of something stupid. But that video took about 12 hours to do, and that's kind of involving like the learning process for a lot of things. Like I was looking up a lot of new transitions, a lot of just new stuff. Like when you're trying to learn new tricks, that takes up a lot of time. You know, if I have all of the edits in my brain of stuff that I want to do, then the video takes a lot less time. But since the vlog is something kind of outside the realm of what I typically do, and I wanted to do like cool and new stuff for it, I spent a lot of time like looking into new things to add to my video to make it unique as possible. Are you a salty pecan? I'd say I'm like a caramel. You know, I've got those like hazily eyes, so I'd say I'm like a caramel salted pecan, you know? Who's taller, me or Clumsy? We are pretty much the same height, although he did say to my face that he believes that I'm like slightly taller, but I say that we're like pretty much the same height, although he posted a very, very bad photo trying to start the rumor that he's taller than me, but it's clearly in the picture, you can see that I'm leaning over to be closer to my friend for the picture, and he takes that and uses it against me. What are your thoughts on the coronavirus? I mean, it sucks. I mean, I don't really have many thoughts on it. I'm no longer really in the health field. Wash your hands. That's what I can say. Get your flu shot and take good care of yourself. It sucks, but you're more likely to die to the flu, I believe, in the US. So go get your flu shot, gamers, and wash your hands. Can you check out Lost in Vivo? Have never heard of that, nor know anything about it, but sure. Who is your favorite YouTuber besides yours truly? Go check out Halloween Charlie if you haven't. It's incredible how well his editing is for such a small subscriber count. All right, honestly, he should have way more than Clumsy. But for favorite YouTuber, I mean, I've said a lot in the past that I'm a huge fan of Markiplier. He's the person who really inspired me to have the confidence to start my channel, I guess, and I've really only kind of consistently watched his stuff, but recently I've been such a fan of Unis Honest and him and Ethan's videos that I'd probably say it's both of them now, because their content is just just so out of left field and it's amazing. So I guess I'd say Unisonis right now. Will you play horror games the most, or will you play any game outside of that genre? Can I request a game for you to play if it's not a horror game? Of course, I play a lot of different games. I know most people watch my videos for the horror stuff, which, I mean, I love playing horror games, and a good horror game probably is like one of my favorite to play in terms of genre, because a horror game I think gets the most out of me, because I'm not usually one to play horror games outside of YouTube. Like, I never played them before doing it, so I always enjoy it. It's like a new experience that I didn't really do before YouTube. But if you have any type of game that you want to see me play, feel free to suggest it. I'll check it out. Maybe I won't, who knows, but you can always suggest things. Why don't you play Roblox? I just never got into the game. I don't know. I feel like it'd be too much of a meme. I don't know if I can handle it. Are you my friend? I think we're all friends here. That's one of the best things about this channel, is that the community behind it is so amazing, and you can literally make friends with anybody in the comments and live streams in the Discord. Anybody you talk to is just so willing to like be your friend and like talk to you about pretty much anything. So I feel like we're all big friends here. Which video games are you nostalgic for? Mine are Pokemon Mystery Dungeon and Smash Bros. Melee, both great games. And I'd have to say pretty much anything from the Nintendo 64. That was the first like real console that I had. And of course that my first tattoo was Bomberman 64, which was one of the only memories I have of playing games with my dad. So I think that game is probably the most nostalgic for me, because it's probably the first one that I can have memories of and then I remember playing through on my own. So I would have to go with Bomberman 64. It's when are you and Clumsy getting married, and am I invited? I think at this point everybody's invited, and I'm not really sure. I don't think we're on speaking terms, because we actually got divorced, so I don't know if we can get remarried, because, you know, the whole custody thing with Toho is a bit of a mess. So I'm not really sure on a date right now. What is the weirdest thing that I've done? A while ago, me and my friends went to like this haunted church type thing. It was an abandoned church that's like really far away, and we drove there in like the middle of the night to be there at like 3 a.m. And this was like before all of the ghost hunting stuff on YouTube. It was like long before I started my channel, and we just went to check it out. We never went inside the church. We kind of just walked around it at night, and nothing really happened, but we scared each other. And I don't know, the whole thing was a little weird, because we're just like looking at this building that was just abandoned for so long. And it was kind of weird for me to think about, like, once this was like a part of the community, but now it's said to be like this haunted thing. And I don't really believe in ghosts too much, but yeah, I don't know. The whole experience was a little weird, maybe because we went so late at night, but I don't know. I guess that is. I don't know if that's boring or not, but I don't do that much weird stuff. Do you beta test games? Not necessarily. I mean, I guess you could say so, because a lot of games that I play are indie games that aren't really fully released yet, but not necessarily, I guess. I'm not sure. Do you want to start a rap duo with me? We can call it Clumsy Nuts. That might be the best idea that you've had, so yes. I'm not answering this. I'm not answering this. You can't, shut up. I hate you. Do you taste good in pie? Asking for a friend. Absolutely not. Do not eat me. Don't eat my friends or family, okay? If you eat pecans, I will hunt you down, and I will find you, and I will make you into a pie, and we'll see how good you taste. Did you go through rough stuff when you were a child, and what made you do YouTube? I mean, I've said before that I have always liked making people laugh and entertaining, and actually one of the first ideas for a job I had as a child was being a comedian. I used to write jokes in like a little notebook, and they were probably just god awful, and I hope to God I threw out the notebook. But I've really been interested in YouTube for like a long time. I remember kind of watching Let's Plays when they were kind of just starting out, and like most people were on Machinima. For just the longest time, I had like an idea to start a channel. And like I've said before, Markiplier kind of gave me the confidence to do so, because he talked about starting a channel like a while ago and how it's difficult, and it very much is. But if you're very passionate about it, that you can still make a great community, and that's what I strive to do every day, and I'm so glad that we've been able to do that. I'm so happy about what we've done and created, and just I'm so excited for the future. But for the first part of this question, I did go through some rough times. I feel like everybody does. I personally lost my father when I was young, at about 3 years old, and I went through a pretty depressive state that I've kind of talked about before a few times in middle school, and was kind of suicidal for a while, but I've gotten past it, and I've gotten help, and I've gotten better, and I just strive to help anybody, just have a laugh, enjoy life, and not like dwell on the bad stuff. That's kind of what I want to do. I want to make people laugh, and I don't know. My advice to anybody going through the same type of thing that's not really enjoying life, thinks they might be depressed, just please, please, please get help. If you can get therapy, talk to somebody, talk to anybody. It could be a friend or a family member, just please get help, because there is so much to life and there's so much to live for. Times do get better. It sounds cliche, but they do. Like, I never thought I would make it out of my slump, but I did, and we're here today, and we're doing great things with this channel, and I'm so excited for the future, so you should be too. Please, to God, if you feel any kind of way like that, just get help. Are we still friends? Yes, Ray, we're very much friends. Ray's a friend of mine. I went for a while without telling him and a lot of other people about my YouTube channel, and just the fact that everyone that I've told has continued to be my friend and support me as well has been amazing. So thank you for being my friend, Ray. What are your plans for your channel? Like you said, you're gonna make some different videos. This Q&A is one of them, I'm sure, but what are the other ideas? Also, what is your honest opinion on Clumsy? Clumsy's a great guy. He's a funny person, an enjoyable friend. He helps me whenever I'm like doubting myself, really, and he just comes up with a bunch of great video ideas, and just a very creative person, and a person that I like making content with. Like, I don't like doing collabs if we don't mesh well, so the fact that we've been making videos for like a year now, I think, does say something about our friendship. But my other ideas for the channel is I want to do more like sketch comedy things, kind of like my 1,000 subscriber video and my 2,000 subscriber video. I kind of want to do them more often than just that, because the reception for that type of content has been really cool, and it's just really fun and different to make. So I kind of want to do more stuff like that, but I don't really have that many ideas because I'm pretty unoriginal. So whenever I get the idea and the motivation to do so, I'm probably going to do more stuff like that. So I hope you guys look forward to that. Have you ever considered having kids? And also, what is your opinion on PewDiePie being the second most handsome face of 2019? The fact that I wasn't even on the list is a little insulting to me. I don't understand it personally. I don't know, but congrats to Felix. I think he's been on the list for like a few years now, which is pretty crazy. And on having kids, yes, but I'm not sure when, and I would only do it if I'm like in a situation where I can responsibly take care of this young life, because it is a big responsibility to take on, and I don't want to rush into it. So I'm not sure, like at this point in my life, if I'm going to have kids, but I mean, I would like to, I just don't know when. Alright, so these next comments are from the actual video I posted of, and I believe there is a lot more on here, so I'm going to stop replying to these just for the time's sake of this video. So if you want to see your replies, I hope you're watching this video. Where have you traveled and where do you want to travel? I would recommend Ireland, since it's my home. Ooh, well, I would love to see Ireland. I am part Irish. I've traveled pretty much nowhere outside the US, which I would love to change in the next few years. I would love to see France, because I am French. I speak very little French and they would make fun of me for it, but I would love to try my hand at communicating with some of my fellow French people. I've pretty much only been to Florida, once with Taylor on a vacation, and then also as a very small child I went to Disneyland, and I honestly surprisingly have memories of it, which kind of freaked out my mom when I told her. Like, I must have been, I think, 1 or 2 years old, which normally people don't remember this, but I very vividly watching a Indiana Jones play and seeing the actor, like in the scene where he's being chased by the boulder, dipping under stage, like on like a trap door, and like the boulder goes over, and I thought that was so cool as a baby. And like when I told my mom, she's like, how do you remember that? How would you react if Jacksepticeye asked you to collab with and shout you out? You look up to him, so it's not weird, I'm just interested. I mean, I would love to collab with him, but I don't think that I'm Irish enough to do so. So, I mean, I don't know how well we would mesh together. Like, I'm a little bit Irish, but I don't know. I kind of eat potatoes sometimes. That'd be cool. What? You did say weird. So, what shirt size am I? I'm a large boy. I wear a large shirt. I read some of these, so what is my favorite game and why? And also, because I'm curious, what are my kinks? My kinks are Australian men named Toho. don't look too into that. Also, my favorite game and why, Dark Souls, the whole series is an amazing game. I just love it like so much. It was something so frustrating at first, but just going through it, it was just such an immersive experience. I love the entire series of games, and I want to finish Dark Souls 1, which I kind of forgot about until now, and I realized that I never finished it on stream, so maybe we'll go back and play that. But also, I played a lot of World of Warcraft because that was just a game that I could play as like an MMO. You could, you know, communicate and find new friends. And back in middle school when I didn't talk to anybody, I kind of used that as like a place to meet new friends and talk to people. So I used to play a lot of WoW, but recently I'd probably say Dark Souls is probably one of my favorite games. Am I thinking of starting a new channel? Not really. I don't really think that I have a need to. Also, I feel like it might not be the best to focus my time and attention to two things while I'm trying to, you know, help this channel grow and be the most successful version of Pecan. I hope that you can't hear that person on their loud motorbike, but possibly in the future, if I had an idea of something that was so vastly different than this channel, maybe I would, but right now, no, not really. How did me and Taylor meet? Was your first date go well, or was it an awkward first date type story? We met at a mutual friend's birthday party, and honestly, she was just like such a funny person that I was really nervous of messaging her. I believe I messaged her on Facebook, but we ended up like liking so much of the same stuff, and we kind of like, before we went on a date, we kind of just hung out at each other's houses. So I feel like that helped the date go better, because before then I didn't really go on any dates. I've only dated 2 other people besides Taylor, and they didn't really last too long in terms of relationship. But me and Taylor have been together for 7 years, which is an incredible thing to think about. So honestly, I don't know how she puts up with me. Like I feel like at any moment she's gonna figure out that I'm just a terrible person and just leave me. So I hope she doesn't watch this. What's the most useless thing you know how to do? I mean, all right, hold on. I could do this one thing before. I don't know if I can still do it. I think my joints are too fucked up. Maybe this is actually why I have messed up joints. I can like bend my fingers like completely sideways, like around my knuckles. A lot of people could only do like this, like a little bit, but I could go like completely sideways with my knuckles, and it kind of freaked people out in elementary school, and I can't really do it right now because my hands are sweaty, but I think that's probably the most useless thing I could do. Will my ex ever love me again? No. And you know what? You don't need her to, okay? You are a great person, an attractive man with a slightly receding hairline, Brandon, but you know, Brandon's one of my friends, by the way, please don't take this personally, but you will find love in a strange place, possibly with me, who knows? But you will meet somebody even better than your ex, and you'll fall in love and have like 6 kids and not be able to support them fully, and they'll probably resent you for that and hate you for the rest of your life, and you're not going to have a great connection with most of them, but you're going to enjoy like watching them grow up, and you're kind of going to like drift apart with your relationship a bit because of all the kids, and it's going to eventually lead to a divorce. But that time that you have in the beginning, that's going to be the creme de la creme of relationships, and it's going to make you not miss your ex at all. What is my favorite game made ever and why? Again, I would probably have to say World of Warcraft, just because it gave me a way to communicate with people and make friends when I couldn't really do that in like middle school when I first started playing the game. So I'd have to go with that, I guess, for that reason. Why is my beard so amazing? It's really not. It's kind of gross. Like, food gets stuck in it a lot. I don't really take care of it as much as I should. I don't groom it like I should because that takes time, and why would I do that? More beard questions. How long did it take me to grow the beard? I'd say like it takes like 2 months to grow out to like this length. And then from here, I trim it like weekly almost to kind of keep it at this length, because it kind of just grows outwards, and I don't want it to do that because it looks even worse. So I kind of trim the sides down a bit and like this length. So it's pretty much like 2 months, 3 months to get it to this length, and then I keep it, you know, right about here. Another beard question. How long are you gonna grow out your beard, and do you have any beard tips for the rest of us? No, not really. I'm not a beard expert. I mean, just take care of it, wash it, groom it, all right? Take good care of it. Use oil, some pomade, get yourself some cleaned up, you know? Who do I love more, Toho or Jeremy? That's hard. I mean, Toho is my son, but Jeremy's my roommate. I mean, I kind of have to go with Toho because he's alive. Was my time in New York slightly ruined because I had recorded? No, not really. There were times where I just didn't record because I didn't feel like it. I never forced myself to record any bit of it that I like wouldn't have wanted to do like without recording it. And it honestly kind of pushed me to do more stuff that I normally wouldn't have and made better memories that you guys will see hopefully soon once me and Clumsy stop being lazy and give each other the footage to edit with the waxing things that I've alluded to quite frequently. So there's some footage there that we wouldn't have recorded or done otherwise if not for the vlog. That was a great memory. What's the color of my underwear at this very moment? Red, I guess. That's why it's, I guess that's a personal question. What state am I from? I'm from New Jersey, one of the greatest states. We have the best education system and we're the capital of bagels. I don't want to hear anything else, all right? Most people just judge us because of Jersey Shore. Those people weren't even from New Jersey. You ever wonder why we here? Yeah, I mean, sometimes, you know, I don't wonder if we're really just the product of some cosmic coincidence or is there really God watching over us with a plan for everything? If you guys don't get that reference, you need to go watch Red vs. Blue. That was a staple of my childhood, okay? Please go watch it. Do I fear death and worry it may all end soon? Not really. You know, I am kind of worried that I won't get to experience what I want to in life before it happens, but I don't really necessarily fear death itself. You know, it comes for us all and it's a natural part of life. There can't be life without death. So I don't really fear it. I just want to get as much done and the things that I want to do in life before it all comes to an end. How's it going? Good. Thank you. Not many people ask that. We need to ask each other that more often, gamers. How are you guys doing? Hope you're doing well. Question, have I ever had a girlfriend? I mean, I think so. I think I've been with Taylor for 7 years, so I'd say so. And like I said, I've dated 2 other people before that, but like I said, the relationship didn't really last long, so I don't know. I really consider Taylor my only serious girlfriend, and we've been together for 7 years. And what are my insecurities? My forehead vein is one of them. I work out a lot, and like since I've worked out more, I've noticed like veins is like just like a natural part of working out. You get more vascular, which means you get veins popping up places, and one of the places is on my forehead, and I really don't like the look of it. And honestly, I wish it wasn't so very obvious. And honestly, when I got a better camera, I was kind of worried that it would be too high definition. You would see my forehead vein a lot, but honestly, I just don't care at this point. And this comment get mentioned? Yes. What made you start YouTube, for example? Were there any other YouTubers that influenced you? Like I said, Markiplier was a big influence on me. Jacksepticeye, PewDiePie, like all the people that I used to watch like a lot were obviously influences on me. But yeah, I kind of answered this one already, but yeah, there was some more influences besides just Markiplier. Of course, I wanted to do it myself, but yeah, all of the bigger names, like a lot of people who have YouTube channels now, I was kind of inspired by all them. Am I a virgin? I think legally I have to say yes. Does Pecan actually consume pecans or is it only cannibalism? I mean, not necessarily, you know, because there's different types of pecans, so it's not really like eating another person, like for you guys, like you humans. So it's not really cannibalism for me. So yeah, I do eat pecans. I did it in my 2,000 subscriber video, so it does happen, and it's not illegal, so you can't call the cops on me. Who are my favorite people to record with? If you mean like in a general sense of what I look for in people to record and make videos with, like I said before, it's anybody who I kind of just mesh well with. Like, I don't like people who aren't the same off and on camera. Like, I am literally the same on and off camera. Clumsy is, Toho is, we all are, which I feel like is why we all mesh together so well. And just, I look for people who are very authentic. I don't like when people put on an act necessarily. Well, like I get that there is a certain like genre where putting on an act doesn't mean necessarily that they're not being authentic. Like people might be playing a character for their videos, but not really for the type of content that I record and like gameplay stuff. So I like people to be authentic in that regard. But if you mean a specific person, I'm not going to name names because I don't want them to fight each other, but definitely Toho. I mean, I'm just not going to name names, you know, but Toho, you know. Who do I like better, Baby Yoda or Baby Groot? I have to say, since I just started watching The Mandalorian and I've gotten pretty interested in Star Wars as a whole recently, I'm gonna say Baby Yoda, but gosh darn, Baby Groot was so cute. And now we have Baby Mr. Peanut, which they call just Baby Nut for some reason. season, which is just so weird. So I feel like everybody's just jumping on this trend of just having baby versions of their characters, but past that, I'd have to go with Baby Yoda. So the final bit of comments and questions are going to be coming from my Twitter, which you should go and follow, by the way, because not many people commented on the Twitter, so I was kind of sad about that. But we have a couple of questions for here. What is the meaning of life from the perspective of a pecan? Just be the nuttiest nut that you can be, gamers. That's all about what you can ask for from life. Why did I decide to do the things that I do? You know, philosophers and scientists have been asking these questions for ages, and so have the police, but I'm not legally allowed to answer, so talk to my lawyer. How's your sex life? Oh, hi, Mark. How's your sex life? I really hope this is a reference to The Room. It's not just a question about my sex life. It's honestly kind of sad because my name is Mark with a C, not Mark with a K like it is in the movie. So it's technically, you can't make that reference towards me because we're not the same type of Mark, you know? So it's like, it doesn't make sense, you know? Like, I'm Mark with a C, that was Mark with a K in the movie, totally different people. Don't ask me about my sex life. And there we have it, gamers. That is all of the questions, all of the hard-hitting things that you thought needed to be answered. I hope you learned a bit about me, and like I said, I really hope this isn't used against me in a court of law sometime down the line. Either way, this was fun. I liked answering some of these more personal questions. They're a bit weirder than I expected for the most part, but yeah, like I said, this was enjoyable. I hope you learned a bit about me, and I hope we feel a bit more connected. But either way, maybe I'll do more of these in the future. I don't know how often, because I don't want to answer the same questions, which is why I did more of like a personal type one this time, because I feel like a lot of people doing Q&As were tired of seeing the same questions, and even though I don't do them that much, I wanted something a bit more unique and personalized to this channel, and I'm really happy with the questions. You guys did a great job. Pat yourselves on the back. Thank you for asking the hard-hitting questions of life, and I hope you enjoyed. But either way, thank you all so much for joining me in today's Q&A. As always, I hope you enjoyed the video. Leave a like and a comment, think of it, and as always, hope you have a great rest of your day, and see you on our next adventure. Bye-bye.